Okay, now that we've got a floor, line work, a floor, and walls, let's do this kitchen island right here. So I will do a new tag, excuse me, called island, and I will activate that layer. And I will use the geometry of the floor plan to draw it. So I'll tap A, click this corner, and click this corner. And then I will double click to select that piece of paper. It's in there. And if I really want to see it, I can get rid of the floor. Yep. Tap G to group it. And I can either move it up now or give it some thickness now. I'll move it up now, and countertops are typically at 36 inches. So move it up, tap up on the arrow key so to lock it to the blue axis, and then tap 36. Enter. Great. Now, typically we draw these as 1.5 inches thick. Now that we're getting into actual 3 dimensions, you could choose whichever countertop you wanted and spec it how you'd like, but we'll just keep it at AutoCAD orthographic standards and do 1.5. So that's P. Let me do it again. Select it, tap P, and then click and hold down, and then type 1.5 on your keyboard and hit enter. Looking good. Okay, so this is not the exact countertop because countertops overhang a little bit, like 1.5 inches, or they waterfall over. So I'm just going to keep this here for now, and I'm going to redraw the cabinets underneath it now. So I'll double click this, group, click into it, and then pull it up to the bottom of this. And now I know that I can overhang this. I'll just click into my island, the countertop, and tap P, and then drag it over, 1.5, enter. And then from here, I want to make this a waterfall cabinet or countertop come down, meaning the countertop will have 2 different slabs and it will fall. It'll fall over the edge like a waterfall. It's nice. So I can either select this bottom plate and then draw a line from here to there. You could do that, or you could just select this line since it will be parallel and the same length, and I will move a copy of it right here. Boom. And now, if I isolate this object, I can see that I've perfectly bisected this lower plane into 2 different selectable areas, and I will extrude this area down. So tap P, and then click, and then pull down. I'll tap H again so I can see where I'm working, and I'll just snap it to the floor. Boom. Escape and spacebar to get out, and I've got a waterfall cabinet right here. So the problem here is that people can't sit right here because there's geometry. So I need to push this back, but where? Because I know on this side I've got bookshelves and I can't quite see my line work. So if I tap K, I go into this view where I can see through what I've modeled and I can see where this line is. So I will click into my bottom cabinet area, select just this face, see right here, and then I'll tap L, and I can find the intersection of where this bottom line of the line work or the floor plan, click, constrain to the blue axis, and then go all the way to the top. And now I've bisected this cabinet into 2 places, and I will tap P and then push it back to where the line goes, which is about, oh, let's find out. I did it as 15 inches, which is enough for knees to go in. So now, if I tap K to get out of skeleton mode or see-through mode, this is looking pretty cool, looking like a place to sit where you can eat. But it's not totally detailed yet. We still got to add bookshelves and a toe kick over here. So let's do the toe kick, and then we'll do cabinets and drawers in a different video. First off, I know that the waterfall, the countertop is going to overhang. So I'll click into this countertop. I will select just this L shape and tap P, click over 1.5. Beautiful. Now I know that without interior elevation, I know that I can just move a copy of this bottom line up 3 inches. So I'll click into my cabinet work, H, so I can hide things and just work on the cabinet itself. Select the bottom line, M, control, click, and then move up constrained to the blue axis, which is up on the arrow pad, tap 3, and then hit enter. Now I've bisected this plane, and I can manipulate it by pushing this back in. About 2.5 inches is probably fine for a toe kick. Get out of that, escape and spacebar, and I'm looking pretty good. So that bookshelf will say, oh, let's say that the toe kick comes around all the way. So I'll click into this face, and I will draw a line from here to here. And I'll push this back 2.5 inches. Now I got to figure out where the bookshelves are going to be here, and there's a couple ways to do this. I'll do it very quickly. I will go into this face, and I will offset about 1.25 inches. Let's see how that looks. That looks about right. And I can select this face and push it back. Ooh, how much room do I have to push it back? I don't have a ton of room. Let's measure this real quick. I've got 1'3". Okay, so I will just push it back 1'2". Push right here, tap in 14, and then hit enter. And now I've got some really nice place to put bookshelves. It doesn't go all the way through. I went 1 inch short, and now I can model some bookshelves in here. Notice that it dragged this line with it. I'm not quite sure where that line came from, but I don't want this line in the middle. So I'll click into the bottom of my bookshelf, select that line, and delete it. Now I'll model one shelf right in the middle. So I'll tap A and I'll click this corner and this corner, and I will double click, group what I just made, and then move it up. Oh, let's see, about halfway is going to be 1 foot 2. I'll just do 14, and I'll give this some thickness as well. I'll click into it, tap P, and push it down 1 inch. Okay, this is a nice place to put bookshelves, and I'll just make sure that's right in the middle by tapping M, and then selecting the midpoint of the shelf, and then finding the midpoint of the bookshelf cavity, which is right there. And now this is a good place to drop in some assets. So that's a good start for an island, and then next we'll do cabinets and drawers. Thanks.